problem is with bits is that they come in when you get paid by Twitch, which is not immediately like a donation. So if I have a goal to go somewhere, obviously I need the money before I go, right? Or, you know, I need to kind of at least get the money back before I go, roughly, sort of thing, you know? And so bits which come in much later kind of wouldn't make sense really adding to the donation goal. It's kind of a weird thing where it's like, obviously it kind of does still help, it's just the time at which they come in, it's a little bit different. Anyways, we jump into this now for our PvP. It's Hurricane versus Pro. We continue on through day number 1 of Takes Penthouse Party number 3. To the bottom right hand side, our red Protoss player from Legacy Esports. It is Pro. And he's playing against the blue Protoss player in the upper left hand side of the map. Give it up for Hurricane. Haven't seen any PvP so far today. Jump into yet another series here so far. It looks like the Mana just won a fight against Namshar as well in game 2 of their series again. Sorry, trying to keep an eye on it. Out the corner of my eye. Just going to be trying to give you guys any updates on that I see. So we'll try and keep up to date as we go. For now though, in the PvP, fairly standard setup. 2 gates apiece allows both players to be fairly aggressive in the early stages. To kind of go up head to head against each other fairly simply and fairly easily. It just means that no early aggression can really kind of be super prominent. One player going 2 gates against a 1 gate player is not just suddenly going to win because they're both going 2 gates. Obviously that's the issue. 2 gates just so good in the PvP. And it's definitely worth going for. So setting up into this in the early stages. Meanwhile, just going to be seeing this probe coming down to the bottom right here for Hurricane. So probe moving down towards the bottom right hand side. And it's starting to be very interesting. Actually, just as we have a moment though, Mana has just come out of a big fight against Namshar, and as you can see, currently chasing down Namshar's units across the map. So it's looking very good right now for Mana there in game number 2 of their series. Looking as though Mana might be able to tie it up 1 apiece and to force us into game 3 over there. Still the initial match of their group. The winner of that will play Kalozur. Let's see who advances forwards, I believe, in Group C of the competition. So that's continuing again. We'll try and give you any further updates we get as they come on in. A couple of depths shading around. Probe going to get picked off there by the couple of Stalkers pushing forwards. It has given the Adepts a chance to sneak on by though. So these 2 Adepts going to come on in and just going to be seeing an overcharge coming down. And actually, pretty good defense. 2 workers lost. He doesn't lose another, which he might not. Was the Adept getting targeted? He does get 1 more. 3 workers. I mean, the fact he kills both Adepts right is pretty nice. Stargate follow-up here from Hurricane. Now, the Stargate is very popular after 2 Adepts because you're generally going to be able to force that initial overcharge, which means less overcharges available to defend after that point. So, continuing on with this now, we're going to be seeing a power coming down just in front of this natural expansion. You're going to see this natural probe on the way up as well. About 40% of the way done. 2 sentries and 2 stalkers to the low ground here, and the game is still just very much so in setup kind of phase as we get this rolling. Again, an elimination match now. The winner of this plays Daishi to see who will advance on through to the round of 16 tomorrow. Man, this tournament's so awesome, isn't it? We're just seeing so many games today. It's actually like a StarCraft player or a StarCraft fan's dream. Like, I'm just having a great time. Just so many games, so much to cast. Like, endless games as well. Like, it just goes on and on. We're jumping around matches and maps, and we're seeing so many different players, which is super awesome, because we don't always get to see kind of a whole bunch of different players if we're casting an event throughout one single day, you know. Nice defense here by Pro. 2 workers lost as kind of expected to an Oracle, but he has got the faster Nexus to help him rebuild a little bit, and the fact he's got that Oracle now down to half health. Obviously, shields will come back on it, but he's already kind of warded it away. He didn't let it move, he didn't let it become more of an issue than it should have been. And obviously, the other thing that Probe has is the tech lead outside of the Oracles being on the map. He's going to have Blink coming up here in the next few moments. So, going to have that Blink coming on through, and as that Blink finishes up, you can see actually the Oracles going through to get a sentry kill. And that overcharge, and Stalker's able to push those Oracles back as well. Third Nexus coming down. Probe continues to set up into this. So, yeah, with the Blink coming up, it gives Probe some opportunities to move on the map, and that's something which the Oracle player won't be able to do because obviously he's got oracles, and that doesn't really stop you from moving. You know, it doesn't really allow him to move on the map, it just allows him to harass around, which is nice. It just means that looking at this, Probe does have his own moments coming up in this game, which will be kind of him on the map, and him looking for damage, and him kind of doing everything we expect it to be. Hallucinated Phoenix sees the perfect time in the third Nexus there. Probe already has his own start. He started up his Robo in the Forge as well. Comes into the main just to see the Robo of his opponent on his way down. Well, not on his way down, but already finished up, of course. Was built up fairly early on there, following up the Stargate expand. Again, the two oracles just sat overhead and waiting to see what else is happening.
Robo facility finishing up in a moment or so,
and some stalkers just coming in towards the main base mineral line. Third Nexus from Probe just finished on up, and again just waiting to see what the next stage of it's going to be. Charge on the way from both players. The Immortal on the way out from Hurricane 2. Just +1 and charge from Probe. Obviously the... Oh, is that a change up at Glaives? Cancels the charge, goes Glaives. Bit of a different play here from Hurricane then for his first Twilight Council upgrade. Intrigued to see how the Adept play plays out then. See a couple of Stalkers, some Sentries just out in front of the third, and we actually seen a little bit of a push in Probe. Yeah, he's got that blink though, and that's the beautiful thing about this. He has blink, so he can trade and just blink away whenever he actually begins to get into any sort of trouble here. So that's really, really awesome. And again, that's what you should be looking to do with blink on the map. If you've got blink available to you, you should get it used. You know, make sure you can make the most of it. Otherwise, it becomes a bit of a bit problematic, you know. Stalkers to the bottom right hand side. I'd like to see Probe trying to do a bit more. Maybe he's afraid of blink of his opponent coming up. Maybe he's afraid of Warp Prism play starting to come on through. Maybe he just feels like he can't do more, but I kind of feel like there is a bit of an opening here at least where he could maybe start to work his way through this. Zealot just going to be finishing on up, and Probe going to come up the right hand side of the map now. A couple oracles down the right as well. It's a group of units here from Hurricane going to be we're going to try and see what they can do as well in the next few moments. Yeah, an extra gates coming on up. And just guess 3 bases apiece, just going up into that production, making use of it. A couple of stats towards position around because he has the oracles. There's not a revelation being kept on these Stalkers right now. Maybe something that just slipped up here. Anyways, meanwhile, guys, we do see just in the picture-in-picture, not much of it, but Mana, it was a very short-lived engagement with Mana taking game number 2 against Namshar. Keep doing that, keep pressing Control 3 instead of Control 1 to bring us back purely to this game. Nana taking game 1 against Namshar, just going up and really ahead a lot of the game after one of the earlier fights that we saw, and then was able to close it out. A few Stalkers pulling back in towards the natural expansion. Now 2 Oracles going to come down the right side to start moving in towards the main, third even. Either works. I mean, obviously just want to try and get some damage done. 4 Probes killed. It's nice, these Oracles are keeping up the pressure. Even though it's just a little at a time, it does add up over the course of the game. The more you get done with these Oracles, the better it's going to be for you. As we do see a couple of feedbacks coming down to get those Oracles low. Now blink forwards, but the Oracles are kind of safe. They're sort of in a safe-ish position, not maybe 100%. So they're good for now. Main army of Hurricane pushing into the center. Look at the unit count. Hurricane has a 2 Immortal advantage. He's down. He's actually up in Archon now as well. He's got Depths instead of Stalk, and he's got a couple of Oracles. He has no Zealots though. There's a lot of Zealots here from Probe. I wonder if the Adept sort of Archon comp can just melt through those Zealots and maybe make this very difficult for Probe to actually engage into. Hurricane's army supply is starting to rise very rapidly now as well. 20-ish army supply lead from Hurricane, and that's going to be a bit of an issue here for Probe. He's kind of just forcing the fight in this right from the get-go. He's the player who's actually choked up from his own Nexus, and that's not really something you should allow to happen. Means the Nexus now is going to get taken down as we see the push forwards. Immortals are dropping very quickly too, and Hurricane is very simply just doing a little bit too much now in these early stages. Again, number 1. Well, the push through. Hurricane going to be able to take game 1 of this. It's as simple as that. Pushing on through. Probe does not really have an answer any longer. Remember, Hurricane, he fell a Dashi earlier, would get a rematch against him if he was to win this series. Some potential revenge to be mixed on in. Hurricane grabs the first game of this best of 3. A very powerful push, and Probe just wants to go into this and see what happens. To the bottom right hand side, as we have him down a game, looking to bounce back to stay in the tournament. It is Legacy Esports Probe. Top left hand side, our Blue Pros player from Korea. It's Hurricane. What's up, Muku, for what's going to be now our third 22-month resub of the day. I wonder if it happened 22 months ago. Thank you so much for the 22 months of love, Muku. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did I find a waifu for Rapid in Turkmenistan? We did not find any waifus in Turkmenistan. Probably wouldn't have been safe to find some waifus in Turkmenistan, honestly. Pretty sure it's against the law to, and this is a serious thing, like, it's very much so frowned upon. So, well, not like foreigners with Turkmenistan people is like really frowned upon, I think. It's an interesting place, a weird place. Weird place. 2 gates apiece here, guys, for game number 2. Hurricane moving forward to a Probe. Just looking to see what's up and what's happening. Probe just popping on forwards. I'm just going to be again looking to see what's up in a moment or so. Just going to be seeing the Cybernetics core on the way down as well here from either side. And again, a nice slow start up here for the PvP. Just because they kind of mirror and match each other, you kind of expect it to be pretty much just pretty much good stuff. Would I ever go back? Well, considering that I have a pass to get into the country without question until the 12th of October, yeah, I might just pop back next week, you know? Just take advantage of something I'll probably never have again, the ability to enter Turkmenistan. You know, they only allow 5,000 visitors or tourists a year. It's quite, it's not a lot. It's pretty much nothing. It's crazy. As we set up into this and just wait to see what next little stage of it's going to be all about. 2 deaths from Hurricane. Just moving through the center here. As you can see, 2 Stalkers jumping on top of them, and that's obviously exactly what Probe wants. Catch these adepts before they get into his base, so chasing them down. I'm just going to be seeing the... will you get a kill here? Nice block for the adept to probably save that other adept. Bring us now there's 2 more Stalkers up in front, so they're just going to be able to pick these off as well. Good defense there. Very well played by Probe to shut down the first 2 adepts. 2 more coming across is once again that Stargate follow-up right off of the 2 gates initially. You're going to be seeing Probe run down a Twilight Council, but obviously much later. It's interesting that he actually then didn't kind of end up with the Nexus a bit faster. I guess just because of the way he invested into Stalkers, he obviously changes up a bit. You see those 2 adepts. Just going to pop into the main base mineral line. Overcharge. Not a single Probe kill just yet, I don't think. That will be... oh, sorry, there was. So that's going to be 2 workers killed. And still, I mean, it's nice because he's gotten rid of 4 adepts now, and with 4 adepts killed, he's doubling the army supply. Starting to position his Stalkers to deal with the potential Oracle as well, of course. That's the next stage of this game that's likely to come on through and to get set up. And that's just going to be seeing that Oracle pushing in towards the main. And again, 2 Stalkers here going to be able to help push that back. Nice overcharge, and Oracle is pushed away. Absolutely, completely, and truly. So the Oracle going to be thrown away to the left-hand side again. Nice stuff. Again, Probe just in the defensive position early, and he's going into a blink behind this. Hurricane going to try and be a bit cheeky here, going from the Stargate play, which generally doesn't require like observers, etc. to deal with. He's going to go into the Dark Shrine and maybe try and catch Probe off guard. Maybe over-defending Stargate play, maybe he doesn't have detection up in time to deal with the Dark Shrine, but Probe does actually have a Dark Shrine on the, a Robot Facility on the way up. Obviously, that's a bit of a counter to the Dark Shrine. The observers coming out doesn't necessarily mean this is a disaster or something from Hurricane. It just means that, you know, it just means that he's not necessarily going to end the game with the DTs. Still potential to get some good damage done, to deal some bits and pieces here and there. And still definitely can add up over the course of the game. these two oracles going to go over to the right hand side. Proxy Robo facility, Proxy Gateway coming down from Hurricane. Just saw him starting to build a Robo as well. Proxy Gateway just to warp in DTs from throughout the course of the game. Kind of moving forwards as well, we'll maybe look to utilize that too. You see these two oracles flying around and seeing what they can get up to. An overcharge in the main, just getting rid of Hallucinated Phoenix. We're just going to be seeing more Stalkers continue to warp on in, and we'll have to push back those oracles as well. Couple of DTs on the way out now. So they're coming on through. We're going to see a few gates added on. Blink about to finish up from Hurricane. Yeah, just seeing these GTs finally going to start moving forwards. There's an observer at the front though. Probe's actually set up pretty nicely to deal with DTs. Maybe the third base would get cancelled. Thing is, he's actually pushing forwards quite aggressively, Probe, and I kind of like it. 41 to 24 army supply. He has a lot of army supply to work with, and as he pushes forwards, he's going to actually be able to get a shot off on that Immortal and blink away. Suddenly the Immortal has no barrier, and that's a huge deal right from the get-go anyways. He's got actually some nice... he was set up well against these DTs, but he actually didn't use his initial bits and pieces, which was obviously going to be a pretty big deal here. He's going to see a few more Stalkers warping in. Set to go. Stalker's going to start pushing forwards into this. Starsword coming down during the fight, and actually if it catches half of the army here... Oh my god. Oh no, this is Starsword from Hurricane. God, I really thought that was a Starsword from Probe from when I was like, oh, Hurricane, no! Man, these DTs though are doing crazy damage. Probe really was set up to deal with them, but it just took him so long to actually deal with them, and now he's going to lose, well, so many workers to it. 16 workers killed. Probe is now very much so committed to this attack at the front, but as time passes by, more mortals come out. It becomes more and more difficult. His chance really has passed here. There's blink for his opponent as well. I think he had an opportunity to end this game and to kind of do this with this counter-attack, but it's really slipped away from him now. It really doesn't exist any longer. You can see these Stalkers and Immortals continue to fight, continue to trade it out. GG Hurricane. Going 2-0 up in this best of 3. When I say 2-0 up, that of course means he's won this series. Well played by Hurricane. And he's going to be going through to